Have you ever wondered if there was a single empire that truly ruled the world? We often hear about the Romans, the Mongols, or even the Spanish, but one empire stands out, not just for its size, but for its lasting impact on our modern world. And no, it's not the one you might be thinking of. Let's travel back in time. For centuries, empires rose and fell, each leaving its mark. The Achaemenid Empire of Persia was a marvel of administration, connecting vast territories. Alexander the Great's Hellenistic Empire spread Greek culture far and wide. The Romans gave us law, engineering, and roads that still exist today. Then came the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous land empire in history, a force of nature that reshaped Asia and Europe. But none of them achieved what the British Empire did. Why the British? It's all about one key factor: the Industrial Revolution. While other empires relied on armies marching across land, Britain harnessed the power of steam, steel, and sea. The age of sail gave way to the age of steamships, and suddenly, the vast oceans weren't barriers, they were highways. Britain's navy didn't just rule the waves, it owned them. This naval dominance allowed them to establish and protect a network of colonies and trade routes that spanned the entire globe. Think about it this way: the sun never set on the British Empire. This wasn't just a poetic phrase. It was a literal fact. From the Caribbean islands to the vast plains of Canada, from the deserts of Africa to the bustling ports of India, Australia, and Hong Kong, there was always a part of the British Empire bathed in daylight. At its peak in the early 20th century, it covered nearly a quarter of the Earth's land surface and governed almost a quarter of the world's population. No other empire in history has ever had such a global reach. This wasn't just about planting flags. The British Empire created a globalized system. They built railways that crisscrossed entire continents, like in India. Not just for military movement, but to transport goods like cotton and tea back to Britain's factories. They laid the first transatlantic telegraph cables, creating a Victorian-era internet that allowed near-instant communication between London and its distant colonies. This technological and infrastructural web is what truly set them apart. The world was being connected in a way it never had been before. The economic power was immense. London became the financial capital of the world. The pound sterling was the global reserve currency, much like the US dollar is today. The empire operated as a massive economic engine. Raw materials flowed in from the colonies: rubber from Malaya, gold from South Africa, wool from Australia, and finished goods flowed out from the industrial heartlands of Manchester and Birmingham. This created incredible wealth for Britain, but it often came at a great cost to the colonized peoples, a complex and often brutal legacy that we're still grappling with today. But the most profound influence, the one that truly defines its world-ruling status, is cultural. Think about the language you're hearing right now: English. It's the global language of business, science, aviation, and the internet. Why? Because the British Empire took it everywhere. Beyond language, systems of law, common law, are still the basis for the legal systems in countries like the United States, Canada, Australia, and India. Even our favorite sports, like soccer, cricket, and rugby, were spread around the world by British soldiers, sailors, and colonists. The way we measure time, the side of the road we drive on in many countries, the very structure of parliamentary democracy, so many aspects of our modern life have roots in this single empire. Of course, the story is far from simple. The empire's history is filled with conflict, exploitation, and immense suffering. The scramble for Africa, the opium wars in China, the famines in India, these are dark chapters that cannot be ignored. The empire was built on a foundation of dominance and racial hierarchy that caused deep and lasting wounds. And ultimately, like all empires before it, it couldn't last forever. The immense cost of 2 world wars, combined with rising nationalist movements across its colonies, led to its decline. Starting with India's independence in 1947, a wave of decolonization swept the globe. And the empire gracefully, and sometimes not so gracefully, receded. So, did the British Empire rule the world? If we define ruling the world not just by military might or land mass, but by creating a truly global system of trade, communication, and culture that fundamentally shaped the planet we live on today? Then the answer is a resounding yes. No other empire has left such a deep, complex, and enduring footprint on the entire globe. Its legacy is all around us, and the languages we speak, the laws we follow, and the very interconnectedness of our world. What do you think? Was there another empire that had a greater claim to ruling the world? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.